Hello everyone, Shaman Dr. Fryson here, and we're going to go through the Fryson method, astronumerology, and give some details about the internet personality, Dominique Morgan. I don't know her directly. It's just I've seen several of her videos come up, and then recently she was incarcerated for an act, and so a lot of different videos have popped up. So this is a teachable moment. So I want to use her information as a teachable moment with the disclaimer that I don't have all her personal details, like from her birth chart. So what I see isn't relevant to like her original birth name or anything. But what is in her chart is the fact that she definitely was born a he and had an attraction to males. That's definitely in the chart. But let's look at her birth date, right? Because the birth date is March 19th. 1982 is what I gather because she's in her 44th year. And there's some key things because let's take the date, the number that's really important. Your birthday is extremely important, and her birthday is 19. 19 is a karmic number, and 19 is a karmic number from the 1 and the 9 with a difference of 8. That 8 difference is important because that 8 is for power and money, and it is an individual who misuses power and money, and normally in a humanitarian capacity, meaning they are normally supposed to be working in service to others when they misuse the money, right, or misuse the power, right? And in this case, she has done this, and I did a little bit of research and saw that she has done this before because when you have karma, it's cyclic. And until you learn the lesson, you are destined to repeat it again. So once she gets out of the situation that she's in, this will come up for her again. She will rise back to another situation of power and be in a position to make the decision to either misuse the fund or not. Thus far, she has not learned the lesson. Now, let me just, so you guys can compare, let me tell you some other people who have 19 prominent in their chart. It doesn't necessarily have to be the birthday, it can be in other areas. So we have George Herbert Walker Bush, we have Napoleon Bonaparte, we have the Watergate was 19, and Richard Milhouse Nixon, 19. And one of the charges for him was abuse of power. Going down to some other ones that you might know. Nicole Brown, who's the wife of Arthur James Simpson, who has a 19 life path. Okay, and then Timothy McVeigh, Larry King, Ted Turner, Bill Clinton, and we know abuse of power. So those are some people that you may know of to kind of relate to what a 19-1 karmic looks like, right? Now, another thing that I wanted to address is that Dominique is born in March, and March is the communicator, and that gives her the ability to perhaps have a good voice and a good singing ability. Definitely, she's also born on the 1 year, and she's a 6 overall, which means she has a tendency to be nurturing, and that would make some of you attracted to her. She would be seen as a mother figure, kind of like someone who nurtures others and gives her power, right? So some of you may be attracted to her for that reason, but that is also the reason why you extend grace to her and overlook some of the other karmics that she has in her chart. I did look at another thing as far as she's born in a year, a 2 year, which means forming partnerships with others and doing things with others can be helpful for her. So I would go ahead and say it. She said something about 21 days of incarceration. I don't know what that 21 days is about because there's something like 35. The number is much higher that's coming up for her. So I don't know what the 21 days is about. But from what I see with the limited information that I have, it's much longer than 21 days, right? Because that Saturn is transitioning in that area for much longer than 21 days. So we'll see what happens when it comes out. But for those of you who are learning astronumerology and you're wanting to put the pieces together. When you look at a person's personality and how their life unfolds and things and situations that come up, these are some key things to look at. What day they're born, if they have karmic numbers, if they have karmic debts in their life, and power name, power number, and all of these things. But most of that needs to be determined from the name at birth, not the name they're going by today. All right. Hope this helps.